Yeah, Deane, taking it back to week one when you finally found out that you were cleared. When did you find out, and what was the relief like for you that you would get to play?
I found out Friday afternoon. I remember I came to the practice facility for a kind of walkthrough. I went home, didn't hear anything. I was kind of confused at that point. I didn't know if I was playing or not. And then Kiffin told me to come back to the stadium at like 3 some, and told me I was cleared to play. And yeah, I was just ready to go by then. I kind of approached the week with the mindset that I was going to play, so it wasn't too much of a change. But yeah, it was good to hear that at that point.
The process itself, how frustrating is it? And to now see it happening with Otis, how can you sympathize with him knowing that his is dragging out like it is?
It's pretty frustrating. You go to practice every day and you give it your all, but you don't know if you'll actually be able to go out on the field. And for Otis, I really hope that he gets the opportunity to play this season. I really do feel for him. I read a story about how he left Georgia, and I hope the NCAA makes the right decision for him.
Go ahead, Nick.
Deane, it seems like your first couple of weeks at Ole Miss, you've been thrown to the wolves a little bit. That first game against Florida, and now you're preparing for Alabama. Just what's it like for you adjusting to the level of competition?
The first week, I think that first half was it was a learning experience for sure. I was slipping everywhere, but I think what that game told me is I was in position for all those plays and that I can compete with them. So I'm just ready to go for this next game.
What stands out about this Alabama offense you're preparing for? I know Coach Kiffin said this is one of the most pass-heavy teams you're going to prepare for, and they've got some great receivers. What have you seen from them?
They're like a track team back there. They're fast, they agile, they can really do it all.
Thank you.
We'll go to Deane Austin.
Hey Dean, just curious. I'm up here in Calgary. Seeing what John Mechie did, that's another Canadian guy. What's that like for you, knowing that you're going up against another top Canadian in this game?
I think it'll be really cool. Just two guys from Canada doing it on the big stage, but yeah, it'll be really cool seeing them out there.
Any other questions for Deane? Go ahead, Ben.
You played in the first two games, Deane, but do you feel like you're quite there yet as far as what you're going to be and the contributions you're going to make?
I still feel like I have a long way to go. Really, I just need to get a feel for a game. Everything's a little bit different. The splits are tighter. This is my really first months playing press. It's a big learning curve, and I feel like I'm just on the uprising of it.
Go to Justin Don.
Hey, Deane, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So what was it like for you going through that process of moving down there through COVID-19 and then to hear your new head coach, Lane Kiffin, talk about you in glowing terms as potentially being a future NFL draft pick? Can you take me through both of those?
It's just uncertainty, really, with everything else. There's just uncertainty coming down here, but when it was time when I got the clearance to come down, it was pretty smooth coming down there. And having Kiffin talk to me in high praises was just a reminder that I'm doing what I need to be doing day in and day out, and just motivation to keep on pushing forward through the season.
How do you feel you match up against Mechie?
No, I haven't actually watched much film on Alabama yet. I have to get on that, but hopefully I match up well.
Go to Nick.
Deane, what do you think the secondary can do to take the steps forward it needs to?
I think what stands out against Kentucky is our tackling. I noticed our angles were off a lot, just giving up containing and everything. We just have to be more sound in the run game. And I think we have to trust our help and trust our assignments.
How do you do that?
I guess just studying the playbook and having more confidence in each other.
More questions for Deane. All right, we'll go back to Justin.
Hey, Deane, just wanted to ask you what it's like being down there with Tavius Robinson. You guys sort of went through a similar process. Are you rooming together? And what's it been like with Tavius being on defense too?
Yeah, we're rooming together. I think I feel like the experience is kind of thrown off with COVID. You don't get out as much into the square and everything as much as you want to. But yeah, the football's been great and everything, and just taking it all in.
What about to have him beside you as another Canadian going through exactly what you went through, right? Moving down there during the pandemic dynamic and getting situated from a Canadian school to the SEC level of play.
Wait, sorry, repeat that one more time?
I was saying, what's it been like to have him to sort of lean on, because he's gone through the similar situation as you, going from a U Sports school to the SEC, getting up to speed with everything down there.
Yeah, it's nice having another guy in the similar situation. I think even past football, just like coming to Mississippi, there's a big cultural difference, and having another Canadian guy to be there is pretty big.
Thank you. Dan or Ralph?
I think he's still muted.
Yeah, Dan, you're still muted.
There are people that would love you for that. Deane, I wanted to ask you what the biggest adjustment was coming from Calgary to Ole Miss, football and culture-wise.
Football, one is playing press. You know, that's something I didn't really have experience with. Two is how athletic the guys are, both in speed and size. You know, playing against Florida, they were going against Cal Pitts at 6'6", 240. I've never seen anything like that, especially like in my 3 years of university. And moving to Mississippi in general is just a cultural difference. No, everyone's just a little bit different than you are, and it just takes some time to adjust to.
How about school?
Schooling's, it's just online, just handing in assignments right now.
Thank you.
Any more questions for Deane? Go ahead.
Deane, I just wanted to ask, this is very Calgary specific. You obviously came out of that Notre Dame program. You got on it over at Oklahoma State. Just curious, what made that program just so special in terms of developing football talent here? I
think Dave he teaches you how to play football the right way. Whether it comes to the weight room or just discipline on the field, he really, it goes past football, so it's life lessons and growing as a person. I think he does a great job of just kind of influencing young men to take that next step.